Hi, this is Christina, the ballroom coach, and this is the exercise, the struggle switch. First, start by finding a comfortable position. Sit up straight and lower your shoulders. Put your feet on the ground and press the soles of your feet against the ground. Then close your eyes or fixate them at a spot in front of you. And take a couple of breaths and really notice the air going in and out of your lungs. Imagine that at the back of your head you have a switch. When it is on, it means that we'll fight against any physical or emotional pain. No matter what type of discomfort comes, we'll do our best to get rid of it or avoid it. So just try and imagine a difficult thought or feeling that you're struggling with. So if the struggle switch is switched on, I absolutely have to get rid of that feeling. It's like the mind is saying, oh no, here's this horrible feeling again. Why does it keep returning? How do I get rid of it? So the feeling gets worse and worse. And that means that the feeling just expands. So you might think, oh no, it's getting worse. Why is it getting worse? And then you become even more anxious about it. And it might be that you become angry at your anxiety. This is not fair. Why does it keep happening? Or maybe become depressed about it. Oh no, not again. Why do I feel this way? And all these feelings attached to this are uncomfortable. They're unhelpful and they're draining your energy. And then you might become depressed and anxious about that. So it becomes a vicious cycle. But imagine that this struggle switch is switched off. In that case, no matter how uncomfortable the feeling is, you won't have to fight it. It'll just be like, oh, this is a knot in my stomach, or this is anxiety, or this is lack of confidence. And it doesn't mean that we want it or we like it, and it's still uncomfortable, but we stop wasting time or energy on fighting it. Instead, we take control over our arms and our legs, and we spend time on doing something more meaningful and things that will improve our lives. So if the struggle switch is switched off, then our feelings, they may rise or fall, depending on the situation. Sometimes it may be high, for example, if you're dancing a competition, and sometimes it will be low, and sometimes you'll have none at all. But most importantly, we're not spending time on fighting it. But if our struggle switch is on, it's like a feeling enhancer. So if you're feeling anxious, you'll get more anxious. If you're depressed, you'll be more depressed. If you're angry, you'll be more angry, and so on. Without the struggle, we get a natural level of physical and emotional discomfort, depending on who we are and what we do. We call this clean discomfort. And we can't avoid clean discomfort. In life, somehow, we'll experience it. The more challenging life that you have chosen, the more discomfort you will experience. And sometimes the closer you are to your goal, the more discomfort you'll feel too. Just take a few moments just to reflect on why you are dancing and why you're willing to go through this discomfort. As soon as we start struggling with our thoughts and feelings, our level of discomfort quickly rises. We call this dirty discomfort. We can't do anything about the clean discomfort, but we can reduce the unclean or the dirty discomfort. So we learn how to switch off the struggle switch. So for the next few minutes, we'll try to switch off this switch. So again, try and think of this difficult feeling that you've been struggling with. Do a body scan starting from the top of your head and moving downwards. And notice what you're sensing in your head, in your throat, in your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your stomach, your back. Notice what you feel in your arms and your hands. And notice what you feel in your legs and your feet. So try just to take a few deep breaths and think back to a time where you felt this feeling or thought really strongly. And just notice where you felt it in your body. Just take a few moments just to scan your body and notice where you feel it. So notice on a scale from 0 to 10, how much of this feeling do you feel? Where 0 is none at all and 10 is maximum. And now just notice whether your struggle switch is switched on or off. Now assume that this switch was like a lever. So from a scale to 0 to 10, where 10 is fighting it, I need to get rid of this feeling no matter what, and 0 is no struggle at all. I don't like this feeling, but I don't want to fight it. And 5 is halfway, like tolerating it. On that scale, how much are you fighting with it right now? Okay, let's see if we can bring it down a bit. Maybe we can, or maybe we can't, but let's try. So now try to zoom into the part of your body where you feel it most intensely. And then observe the feeling closely, as if you were a scientist that had never seen anything like it. Notice the feeling really closely. And while you're noticing the feeling, breathe into the feeling. Notice that your breath is going in and out of this feeling. You're breathing into and around it. And while you're breathing into it, it's like a big space magically opens inside of you. You're giving space around the feeling, making room for it. Expand around it and breathe into it and make space around it. And then try to let that feeling be there. You don't have to like it or wish for it, just allow it. Notice it and breathe into it, open around it, and give it space to be just as it is. Maybe you feel a strong urge to fight it or push it away. If that's the case, then just acknowledge that the urge is there without acting on it and keep noticing the feeling. And see if you can keep that struggle switch off. We're not trying to stop the feeling, we allow the feeling, but we're trying to stop fighting the feeling. Don't try to get rid of it or change it. If it changes by itself, that's okay. If it doesn't change, that's okay too. To change it or to get rid of it is not the goal. Your goal is just to allow it and give it space to exist. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes and just notice how you feel. Welcome back.